Hello, I'm Billy Cordell, Chief of Police in Burleson, Texas. I want to thank the Chisholm Trail 100 Club for honoring both David Foyt and Nick Grace today. It's a great honor for them and a great reflection of their character and their courage. I never will forget that December 19th day as I sat down in a restaurant about to eat lunch. The phone rang and I was made aware that we had 2 officers that had been shot. My heart hit the ground and I thought, this can't be. I contacted communications and was told that we had a bank robbery at a Wells Fargo bank on Renfro Street, and their officers had engaged the suspect, and he fired upon our officers, striking 2 of them. It became real for me as I rounded the corner and saw all the ambulance and the fire trucks and all the police cars. I was told that Detective Foyt had been shot in the stomach area and that Detective Grace had been shot in the leg. At that point, we did have the suspect in custody. Our patrol officers engaged him inside the 7-Eleven, were able to take him in custody without further incident. As I reflect back, I think that we were both lucky and fortunate that day. We were lucky that both detectives were not injured or hurt more serious than they were and that they've returned to full duty. We were fortunate to have the officers and the knowledge to be there to take this suspect into custody without further incident. Detective Grace and Foyt were on their way to lunch that day, and as detectives, they would not typically respond to a patrol-related call like this, but they were aware of suspicious activity going on recently within our banks and heard this call go out over the radio. They decided to go ahead and make the scene and assist the patrol officers. As this call unfolded and the callers inside the bank developed more information for us, they began to realize this was going to be a valid bank robbery attempt. The suspect exited the bank and began running with our officers in pursuit. Detective Grace and Detective Foyt headed him off over near I-35 in a 7-Eleven, exited the vehicle and identified themselves, and at that point, the suspect retrieved a weapon and fired upon the detectives, striking Detective Foyt in the stomach and striking Detective Grace in his leg. It was at that point the suspect continued running and Detective Grace followed him for a short bit and then realized that patrol officers were also engaged and went back to see and check on Detective Foyt. The patrol officers engaged the suspect inside the 7-Eleven and were able to take him into custody without any further incident. Detectives Foyt, Grace, and our patrol officers demonstrated an incredible amount of courage in apprehending a violent criminal and getting this person off of the street. Myself, and I speak on behalf of our department when I say how proud we are of them and their actions this day in responding to this violent call and injecting themselves into this arrest process. I'm proud of all of our staff for their work to culminate into the arrest of a violent criminal and take this person off of the street. It was an extreme amount of courage and dedication by our staff, and they demonstrated that under very challenging circumstances, and our city is thankful that we have dedicated officers like this that work our streets. Thank you to the Chisholm Trail 100 Club for recognizing these officers and their bravery and their actions under these circumstances. Thank you all for being a part of this organization and what you do to support our first responders in Burleson and Johnson County. Thank you.